Hey everybody. Well, I'm going off a little off script tonight, only because I kind of forgot my book points and I really want to make a video right now because I'm like in between destinations. So I'm like in a parking lot waiting to get to where I need to be when I need to be there. Just wasting some time. So, um so this is the second entry of like relationship advice. But before I start the advice part, I just want to let you guys in on a little bit of my journey once again. Just a small tidbit that is relevant to you. What I have decided to do is to jumpstart my love life. I have started a quest. Now, if you're like me and have been very lackluster in dating and putting yourself out there to be received by other people and whatever, and you just kind of haphazardly running into people and situations happen or whatever, this is what I have decided to do. I have decided to have at least 2 dates a month. Whether it's with someone new or someone old, I have decided to have 2 dates a month. Now, it's not to say that each date has to be with a different person, but it does have to be at least 2 dates a month. So I figured this helps me in the sense that I'm putting myself out there, and I'm also getting practice with going out on dates, having different conversations, what to do, what not to do, learning kind of on my own. And if it's with somebody old, kind of rekindling and seeing, what we may have missed before, or if it's with someone new, if it's not something someone I particularly like, it is a practice date, and I can just be cordial and nice and just enjoy the date. And if it's someone I do like, that's a win-win situation. So this way, I get to meet people, interact with people, and not waste time kind of like dating one person for 3 months or something and then find out that I really don't like him. Now, when I say dating, I mean dating, like going out on dates. That's what I take dating. When you're dating exclusively, you're dating someone, just one person exclusively. But when you're dating multiple people, it does not have to have sex involved. It is just actually going out on dates. That's it. So that kind of relieves pressure also on me, whereas you don't have to have the pressure of like, oh, do I have to sleep with this guy or to like him or something, or for him to like me? You know what? No. I want to like you, so I'm going to go on a date with you, see how we vibe together, and if possible, there might be a second date, or a third or fourth. If not, it's just been a first date, and that's just what it is. No harm, no foul. That's just what it is. So I think that is a good idea to do if you have not been like stable and getting dates. Now, this is also a brave way to put yourself out there to be like, if you see somebody that you did like and you just haven't really said anything, take the initiative, say something. And if he does not particularly want to go on a date with you, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's not you, and it's not him. It's just not right. Because I was in a place where I used to think that it was me. If I walked up to someone, I have done this, and asked them out on a date. Ooh, one of my brave nights. And they're like, oh, no. I felt rejected. Like, ooh, what's wrong with me? Like, why you can't? Don't worry about that. Everybody is not for everybody. How many times have you rejected a guy that could very well be a nice guy, but you're just not into him? He's just not your type. A lot of times. You're not everybody's type. As cute as you may be, you're not everybody's type. And that's okay. Doesn't mean that you're ugly. Doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. It's just that the type that he's particularly looking for is not you. And if you want to kind of push it, you just say, well, okay, well, I'm not your type right now, but if ever in the future you were wanting to venture outside of your type, give me a call. I'll be around. But until then, everything's cool. We're cool. Don't have to feel weird or anything. And just keep it light like that. Do not feel bad if you get rejected, because rejection is the road to success. Like my mom says, you got to break a couple of eggs. Something. Wait. Forgot. Break a couple of eggs to make an omelet or something to that effect. Like basically you're going to have some trials and tribulations, but you have to put yourself out there. Be a brave person. Now I've been singing this phrase for like a couple of weeks now, and I think that kind of helped me to start this whole quest in the dating thing. This Sara Bareilles song, say what you want to say, go ahead and let it all out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. Like, it's a beautiful song. You need to listen to it. Sara Bareilles. And I'm just thinking, like, yeah, be brave. Like, brave is not being scared to do something. It's being scared, but still doing it. That's being brave. Because if you're not scared and you're going to do it, that kind of makes you an idiot, right? But if you're scared, it's okay. Just get outside of your own box, okay? All right, so to the book points. Or maybe I only have time for one. Okay. So the first one I was going to say was kind of like on the verge of rejection. Like I'll just say it. Rejection is okay. Don't be afraid to be rejected. It is your road to success. Basically, I just said all that, right? So I don't even have to reiterate. Just don't be afraid of rejection. It's okay. And it's an opportunity for you to get better, to ask questions of why, or to people around you or to yourself, what things can make you better, or what things can you change, or what things that you don't need to change and people are just not seeing the you that you want them to see. You have to really evaluate yourself before you get into a relationship or start dating. You have to know yourself and be good with yourself. And it's not to say that you have to be perfect before you start dating, but you have to recognize your flaws and begin to work on them, or even just accept them and work with them, okay? So don't haphazardly try to go out and date and not be a complete person, because you want to be a complete person. You want to meet a complete person so you guys can be complete together. You don't want to have to drag somebody out of the mud, and I don't think they want to drag you and your baggage out of the mud. And it doesn't have to be baggage with relationships that you may have. It may be baggage with your own self-image or your own self-worth and your self-esteem. So try to be your own complete person before you start to date. It was something else in there that I wanted to touch on about. Oh, and when you go on these dates, be yourself. There's one thing that I've noticed. When you start dating somebody, you kind of put your best foot forward, and sometimes your best foot forward may be a fake foot forward, and you are not able to upkeep this image when eventually you guys continue to date, and it makes it seem like you've changed and you're not being the person that they met, which is true because you're not the person that they met. So when you take the initiative to change yourself or upgrade yourself, try to stick to it. And if you can't, just be who exactly you are. Be the best that you are, but don't be the fake person you are. Be the person that you can be on a continual basis, okay? Because you don't want to get into a relationship where a guy is putting his best foot forward and he's doing all of this and doing all of that, flowers and doors and just being a gracious gentleman, and then all of a sudden he's a slob. He put his best foot forward to get you, but he's not putting his best foot forward to keep you. And that's something down the road that we'll discuss on, like, you know, not to keep that spice in your relationship eventually. So, yeah, that is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.